Hello students, so welcome to the machine learning lab. So today I will explain this machine learning lab. I'll demonstrate what exactly the platform to execute these machine learning labs and how exactly to explain each of the lab experiment and all, because I have already explained all the algorithms, because here we have total 10 algorithms and all these algorithms are already covered in your theory classes. So today I will try to explain and I will demonstrate the execution of these experiments, right? So be concentrate. I will demonstrate how exactly to perform this particular lab, that is a machine learning lab. Subject code is 17CSL76, and as you can see this description, this program can be implemented either in Java or Python, and as we feel Python coding is a bit easier to implement this particular lab. So I have also followed the same language here. I have also written these terms in Python, and also understanding of Python coding is very easier, as you people might have already learnt the Python concepts in your previous semesters. And one more instruction that is given as for the programs 1 to 6 and 10, the programs are to be developed without using the built-in classes or APIs of Java or Python. So this is very important here, because even in your lab examination also, the examiners are going to check whether you have used any built-in functions or built-in classes or built-in APIs of Java or Python while implementing these terms, that is a term 1 to 6 and 10. Whereas for the remaining programs like 7, 8 and 9, here we are using some of the built-in packages and some of the built-in Java or Python classes or APIs to implement. And one more instruction is data sets can be taken from the standard repository. So here he has given some link here. So from this link you can get the data sets. So here we are using the different data sets in these terms. Data set is nothing but it is just like an input file. So basically the data set is nothing but an Excel file here, which is saved with .csv. So that we will call it as CSV file, which is nothing but comma separated value file. So basically it is an Excel file. Here it contain the records with respect to the type of experiment. So I'll just go through these experiments one by one. So first experiment is implement and demonstrate finders algorithm for finding the most specific hypothesis based on a given set of training data examples. Then read the training data from CSV file. Second one is for a given set of training examples stored in .csv file, implement and demonstrate candidate elimination algorithm to output a description of the set of all hypotheses consisting with the training examples. And third one is write a program to demonstrate the working of decision tree based ID tree algorithm. Use an appropriate dataset for building the decision tree and apply this knowledge to classify a new example or new sample. Then fourth one is build an artificial neural network by implementing the backpropagation algorithm. So, and fifth one is write a program to implement Navy based classifier for a sample dataset stored in .csv file. Then sixth one is assuming a set of documents need to be classified using Navy Bayesian classifier model to perform this task. Next, seventh one is write a program to construct a Bayesian network consisting of medical data. So all these algorithms that I have discussed by taking an example. The next one is EM algorithm that I discussed already in your theory classes. So apply EM algorithm to cluster a set of data stored in a .csv file and use the same data set for clustering using k-means algorithm. The ninth one, write a program to implement k-nearest neighbor algorithm to classify the high-risk data set. so which I discussed already. Then last one is implement a non-parametric locally weighted regression algorithm in order to fill the data points. Then select the appropriate data set for your examination and draw graphs. So total there are 10 term works. So in your examination you have to pick and execute one of the lab term works. And these term works are based on these machine learning algorithms which I have already discussed in your theory classes. Now I'll demonstrate the execution of the term works, right? I hope already that I stored. I hope already I have shared one link with you, one Google form link, and there you can download the zip file. And once you download and export the zip file, so that zip file is with this name, that is a ML Lab Termox. So just download it and export that zip file, means unzip that zip file. Here you will get a folder like this. So get into this folder. Here you are going to see this Anaconda software. So the basic platform that I am using to perform this machine learning lab is Anaconda. So Anaconda is an IDE here. It is a software which I am using to perform this machine learning lab termworks. So Anaconda will strongly support the Python scripts, that is execution of the Python programming. So just double click on this software. So click on next. So it is the direct installation here. So kindly note this particular path name. So in this path name, the Anaconda folder will be there after the setup. So the path name is in C drive, it is users in admin. So this path name is very important here because afterwards you have to go and save your program in this path name only. So kindly note this path name. So why it is showing this is already the Anaconda has been installed here. So after clicking on next button, there next you will get install. Click on that install, so directly it will install in this particular path name, right? So as I have already installed here, so after installation, go to start menu, here all programs, here you go to Anaconda folder. So here click on Anaconda navigator, click on Anaconda navigator. Then it will open this type of window here. So this is the Anaconda navigator window. Here you can see different tools. So these are all the different tools here to perform the program execution. So as of now I am using a spider tool here, or even you can go for Jupyter also. So these are the two popular execution platforms. So basically Jupyter and Spider are most popularly used for executing the Python termworks, right, or the Python programming. So here I am using Spider, right? So just click on Spider launch, click on Spider, click on this launch button, Spider launch. Then it will open this type of window. So when you click on Spider launch, then it will open this window. So this part is nothing but the editor part here, where you can edit your Spider Python code. So this is what the editor. Here you have to edit your program, which is a Python program here. And this part is the console. After executing this written code, you can see its output in this part. Here, this is what the console is, right? So now I'll take the first term work. that is implement and demonstrate the finders algorithm for finding the most specific hypothesis based on a given set of training data examples or training data samples. Read the training data from a .csv file, right? So here I have already given you the termworks. So these are what the termworks Python codes P1 to P10, and these Excel sheets are nothing but the data sets, right? So what you can do is take this program P1 and its associated dataset is T1. So copy these two files, then go to your Anaconda folder. So already we know it is there in C drive. In that C drive, go to users. Here go to admin. Here you can see .spider py3 because we are using spider tool here. So go to spider. Here you save your Python program as well as the dataset. So kindly note my program is saved here, Python code, and dataset is also saved. So make sure your Python code and dataset should be there in same folder for the better understanding, right? So kindly save program 1 and its associated dataset in this spider folder, right? Now go to spider, you click on open. So go to the spider, yes. Here you need to load your Python code, that is program 1. So don't load this T1, let this data set be there in the same folder. You just load only the program, that is P1, which is nothing but Python code. So this is what the written code here, that is as per the program 1, that is implement and demonstrate find s algorithm for finding the most specific hypothesis based on the given set of training samples. Then for this you have to read the training data from a CSV file. So kindly note here, I am reading the CSV file, that is t1.csv. So t1, oh, it is a CSV file. So read this CSV file in your Python code. So it is in read mode. Here I am reading the instances one by one, right? So this is what the hypothesis part, initial hypothesis that I have taken, and this logic is written as per your finders algorithm. So I'll go to your finders algorithm. So as we have already studied this finders algorithm in your first module, and this finders algorithm also that we have understood already. So this is what the finders algorithm for finding a maximally specific hypothesis. So this logic, this program logic is written as per this particular algorithm, and also this algorithm that I have explained with respect to this training data set, right? Here also I have taken the same training data set, that is for the enjoy sport task, the same training data set that I have taken here, and I'll just demonstrate how exactly it works. So what are the different steps in finders algorithm? First step is initialize H to most specific hypothesis in H. This is hypothesis space H. And second step is for each positive training instance X, for each attribute constraint AI in H, if the constraint AI is satisfied by X, then do nothing else, replace AI in H by the next more general constraint that is satisfied by X. Then output the hypothesis H. Very simple algorithm which I have already explained. So what are the steps? First, initialize hypothesis to the most specific hypothesis, that is initialize H to most specific hypothesis. Then for each positive training instance X in the training dataset, for each attribute constant AI in H, if the constant AI is satisfied by X, then do nothing else, replace AI in H by the most general constraint that is satisfied by X. Then finally output the hypothesis H. So for this program, I have taken this training dataset. So these are what the attributes, and these are what the different values. So this training dataset I have considered for the enzyme support task. The same training dataset that I am loading, that I am going to read here, and this written algorithm or this Python script will work for this particular training dataset. Means this particular Python code, it will take this training dataset as an example and it will produce the output in the console. So this basically this finders algorithm is to find the most specific hypothesis based on the given set of training data, right? So when you execute this particular Python code, it will take this T1 dataset as an input and it will going to display the most specific hypothesis for this training dataset. So just execute this code. So this is what the training dataset, and this is what the outcome of this particular, and these are what the different possible outputs, and this is what the maximal specific hypothesis for this the finders program. Sunny, warm, question mark, strong, question mark. So manually you try to iterate this algorithm as I have already explained. So just try to iterate this algorithm for this particular training data set, and you will get this last hypothesis as the maximally specific hypothesis, that is sunny, warm, question mark, strong, question mark, question mark. So this is how you have to follow the same procedure for the other termworks also. Here I have given you all the termworks. P1, for P1 T1 is the dataset, for P2 D2 is the dataset, P3 D3, P4 D4, then P5 D5, P6 D6, P7 P8 P10. And wherever data, kindly check the code, Python code. In this Python code, if the dataset part is not mentioned, CSV part is not mentioned, that you need not to load. Wherever if the CSV, if you are reading the dataset, if you are reading the CSV file, then you have to load that appropriate dataset in that spider folder here. So in this spider folder, you have to load your program along with the dataset. Then go to spider editor, and here you just open that particular program. You open only the Python code. Just open it and execute so that you will get its output on the console. And manually you verify the output with respect to that particular algorithm, as I have already discussed in your theory classes. So this is how you have to perform your machine learning lab for all the 10 term books. Thank you.